Hi all, today I'll be doing a mini review of Diogo Jota's 85 Team of the Week card. He received this card after scoring the only goal in the game against Wolves last Monday. The card is currently retailing for over 200 grand at the moment. I bought him for 248k and then I sold him for about 10k loss. Jota's card is an 85 rated card, and if you did do his SBC for the ones to watch card, that would be upgraded to an 85, but of course it will still remain a left winger. Looking at his card, it does have some nice areas, specifically the dribbling at 89 and 88 pace. When you break down the in-game stats, he has really nice dribbling stats, high 80s across the board, along with 92 agility and 91 balance. Initial impressions are that his passing is really lacking. 81 short with 77 long and 83 vision. Doesn't really feel like a great cam to me if you plan on using him as a playmaker. The shooting isn't too bad with 89 shot power, but low 80s on finishing and long shots. He has an acceleration of 93 and a sprint speed of 84, which does sound really ideal, but I personally didn't find that this card reflected those stats in the game. He has high work rates, and that is something you will notice as he does work hard on the pitch and he gets up and down a lot. He has a 5-star weak foot and 4-star skills. And he is 5'10", has an average body type similar to likes of Pjanic, Lala, Ings and Azpilicueta. Traits-wise, it's not really anything to shout about. Speed dribbler AI and then solid player. In terms of playstyle, I've tried him out as a striker in my usual formation on screen. I even mixed up a little bit and had him come as a false 9 just because I felt he wasn't really getting in behind, so I thought it'd be better to bring him up closer to the action instead of going in behind defenders. I also tried him out as a cam in a 4-2-3-1, hoping to try and get some wingers playing in ahead of him and then him playing balls through to them. And then also I tried out a centre midfield on the right side of a 3 with Kante and Blanc, had him more to get forward while the rest of the players would more sit back. So usually what I do is I queue up the goals first, followed by some misses, and then the assists followed by some wayward passes or good passes. Unfortunately, there's only one goal to show and it's a penalty. So you see here, I push it into the top right corner, and I usually like to try hit it on the green or hit it on the yellow. And a little touch, and it's not too great a penalty. A goal's a goal, but it wasn't too good a penalty. Now here he gets it onto his right foot and goes for a little shot onto the left into the bottom right corner, and it's not too bad an effort. Here Mendy plays for a ball through the middle, and you can see Jota runs onto it. Smalling comes up, the what if Smalling, gets on his right shoulder and gives him a bump, and then he kind of fails. Potentially should have taken on his weak foot there. Edge of the box finish here. Tries to go in the bottom right corner, but keeper makes easy work of it. And that's something I found too often, is that the keeper would make easy work of a lot of these shots. Here, outside of the box, finesse shot to the top left corner. He doesn't have the finesse trait, and I think that's really apparent. Here, Varane goes to mark his right foot, and then I get it onto his left ultimately, but he really doesn't punish the keeper at all, and that was against Alisson. Goes straight down the middle of the goal. Here, nice little bit of dribbling, just to kind of shield it away from Guendouzi. I just want to show how Diogo Jota keeps running often all the time. Comes up to the edge of the box here to go for the left footer, bit of space, and still can't make the keeper work for it at all. Again here, left foot, this time more of a pile driver. Keeper, easy save, goes rebounding out and then possession's over. And this one's probably more my fault here. I probably potentially should have finessed it, but still, I would expect a lot better from even there. There's a nice little corner into Rooney who finished it off. Again, I'm always a bit dubious on these kind of assists because sometimes more to do with the finisher than it is the passer. Here, simple little ball into Fati, and then Fati finishes it quite nicely into the bottom right corner. Here, this one is the most dubious assist of all of them here. Take it on with Mane, across his whole team. Smalling makes a little mistake there, and then really hard finish into the corner there from informed Mane. Here a nice little ball into Fati again, but Fati a really good finish. So again, I don't know how much you can rely on that there. This one was a bit more nicer though. A nice little dinked through ball into Fati for him finish on the volley. That one was very good. Here, one of those kind of through ball moments where it didn't really pay off. A bit of both there with Blanc because he's not really the fastest. And here was a nice little one where you saw the through ball into Blanc and then into Gomez, and then you can see that Jota even keeps the run going as well. Here some nice little intricate plays. I think you can see the composure there. I think his composure was 91 or 92. So he does do things quite quickly, but it's more the quality of his passing which isn't that good. So there you saw one which wasn't too great. This one wasn't too bad. An unlucky finish, just wide. Here's some nice little movement here before the pass. The pass isn't too bad, but the ending pass just too long. And this is kind of the thing you'll see a lot of the time. It's just these balls being too long or too short, and they're not really good enough. Although I guess it is against auto block and Brett. Here an alright ball through to Fatty, and Fatty hits a nice finish. And there, just another poor pass. A lot of these balls where you're hoping it'll go further on from hitting a through ball, and it just doesn't make it all the way through. And then there, it kind of gets bumped and then plays a bit of an average ball, and I think that's due to the strength of getting pushed before the ball's played. Here, a nice little left footer over into the middle of the pitch through to Kante, which isn't too bad. And then you see here, again, just another showing of a poor pass. Not really one or the other there. Could have got shorter or could have went longer. Again, nice little position in the middle. Gives a little give and go there to give some space. But then the final ball was really poor. It's kind of not gone to any one out of the two options they had there. So here we move on to the on the ball movements. You see here he tries to run in behind, but I find that defenders often caught up with him. That was a moment's Boateng there, and that's quite easy for him to catch up. And here you notice him on the edge of the box there. He kind of stutters his run and then goes back in, which I found very strange. Here you can see the kind of movements he makes into the box, kind of gets into the middle when he sets our striker wrong. And here trying to do a nice little shot feint, but probably a bit more on the poor timing, just to give you a feel of how he looks. Here against League Objective Ruben Neves there, I found he struggled, which really shouldn't be the case. And I wanted to give you a showcase of how I quite often like to take on this whole team from the kickoff and try, once you get behind that last man, sometimes in, but he just really struggled to achieve that. So here, a nice little ball, and then ball in over the top, and then went for the header. Ideally would have let it go down for the volley to then finish it. Here, nice little bits of movement, but probably the wrong ball there to get into him. You can see quite often he is really busting a gut to get in all the time, and that's probably one of the better aspects depending on your players if you want them to get up and down all the time. Here, trying to get in behind again really doesn't work. And then I wanted to showcase the end of that just to show his getting in the way of the ball there to then set up the player, but pretty poor shot from myself. Here, Varane giving him problems. And even Kingsley Coman giving him issues there. He even got ahead of him and still got bumped off, but managed to recover it. And just a little bit of the showcase in the dribbling there, using the left bumper or L1 on PlayStation. There's times where nice little ball rolls could do good things to make the defender stop. Here you saw he get taken out by the defender, and I thought that was probably a foul, but I'm guessing that might be due to a strength stats that it wasn't given. Here, nice little ball roll, and then cuts through the middle. And I believe Reina even gets back on side tackles in there, which is quite crazy considering it was Reina. Overall, I think this card would have been decent if you received these upgrades last year, but too often you'll be coming up against really good defenders or good wing backs in the centre half position, which makes it really hard for him to be effective. His passing I found to be quite lacking, making it difficult for him to play make, and if the opponent sagged off him, he didn't really have the ability to punish with long shots or keep them honest. Jota had 4 assists and 1 goal overall after the 5 games, the goal being a penalty and some of the assists being tough finishes as well. At the moment the card is wildly overvalued and you will likely pay the Prem tax and Liverpool tax on top of it. I personally wouldn't recommend this card as I feel like the players out there are too far ahead of it now. For those who are die-hard Liverpool fans, or if someone is doing a past and present Wolves team, then you would ideally wait a little bit, as this should come down in price after a little while once people have tried him out. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any players you want to see reviewed, or if you have any thoughts, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks again, and until next time.